Well, October 20th was a typical football Friday at Ganesha High School in Pomona, but things took a turn when head coach and athletic director Don Cayer went into cardiac arrest. Chris Hayrie has a story of how the proper protocols and right people were in place to save his life.
Everything was normal. We, went through our daily routine, fed the kids during sixth period, and we went out to play a football game. Nothing out of the ordinary at all. With 1 second left, I was walking to the sideline. We were getting ready for the post-game handshake. I said to myself, gosh, I feel lightheaded. Next thing I know, I wake up, it's Sunday night, and I'm watching the Sunday night game in an emergency room.
So 1 second left in the game, what do you see?
It's almost like a timeout situation, or like they're moving the chains, and all of a sudden I hear Coach Cayer's down. When I got to him, he was conscious, he was on all fours, and it looked like he was having some type of a seizure. So we started to work on seizure protocol, the athletic trainer and myself.
In the moment, I kind of describe it as I just locked in. I knew that I was trained to do this, and at some point, it's not always going to happen, but it did. And I'm just glad that I was ready. I'm glad I was ready to act. I'm glad my training kicked in.
They immediately started CPR on me, my athletic trainer, Ariel Castro. They called for the AED that we had on the sideline because we're fortunate to have that, and then called for the ambulance that we have to bring oxygen. I was lucky.
You told me for 4 minutes you weren't here.
Yeah, I was dead. I was clinically dead for 4 minutes.
Have you processed the fact that you really are a hero? You saved somebody's life.
It is overwhelming knowing that, things could have gone differently. He was very lucky. The people that were there, we all did well. Even Candace herself, she did amazing. She has experience being an athletic trainer as well. And we were all ready for, not saying we expected it, but we were all ready for the worst case scenario, which did happen.
Do you think the outcome could have been different had the protocols not been in place?
Absolutely. Pomona Unified School District for 30 years has sought and had that forethought and that vision to have standby ambulances. Not every district has that. Not every district even has athletic trainers. The coaches who are certified in CPR and first aid, they become the first line of medical, ability to help kids at that point. Not trained professionals. Don had the trained professionals that night. He had all of them. And he had it immediately.
According to the California Athletic Trainers Association, California is the only state without regulation standards in place regarding athletic trainer certification. Roughly 50% of high schools employ unqualified personnel as athletic trainers, or no one at all. A study conducted by the Corey Stringer Institute ranked the state last in the nation for high school athlete safety. Assembly Bill 796, which would require regulation of athletic trainers, is eligible to be voted on by the California legislature next year.
I've been at other football games where we haven't had another athletic trainer on the sideline, and it's just been me. And I'm the only medical professional, and that's the standard, to at least have one medical professional on the field. But in reality, when you're actually doing CPR and you have the AD and you're starting those compressions, it's a very strenuous thing. And to have a team of individuals that all have a role helps facilitate the process, helps make sure everything goes smoothly, and that's exactly what we had.
How do you hope your story enacts change?
I hope that these schools will look at this and say, we need to have this basic life-saving equipment and life-saving people. People are very important. Also, athletic trainers, AEDs, ambulances at these high-risk events, which is really anything.
Don, when I say the name Ariel Castro, what do you think?
Well, she was one of the ones that saved me. It's like my guardian angel.